guys, and welcome back for another video. And I can see right now like all the people, like the Death Note lover, like coming at me because of the title that I will put on this video, which I don't know yet, but I'm pretty sure it will be sassy. But don't worry guys, don't worry. I loved Death Note, okay? So don't be mean at me, please. But yeah, today is the first video of a new series that I want to make, which is kind of a review series. And since I finished Death Note like this week, I was like, why not? Why not doing my first review on Death Note? So yeah, in today's episode, in today's episode, yes, in today's video, I will tell you guys how many stars would I put on Death Note, so like on 5 stars. I will say my 3 favorite moments, my 3 worst moments, my favorite characters, and yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, guys, oh my god. Okay. So let's just get started by how many stars would I give a Death Note, okay? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure someone will like throw tomatoes at me. No, but no kidding. I was hesitating between 3.5 star and 4 stars. And I'm going to explain to you, but in the end, I give Death Note a 4 stars rating. And the reason why I wasn't sure is because, for those of you who don't know me, I am let's say a shonen girl, let's say that. Like, my top 3 are like shonen anime, so One Piece, Naruto, Fairy Tail, Bleach. So yeah, Death Note was like the first anime that I watched that was like, I don't know what this type of anime is called, but it was like the first animes that I watched that it was so serious. It was so serious, and it was kind of a game of like a mind game, you know, between light and hell. So I was not used to it, but then I was like, I had to like think back about my rating, and I was like, yo, I can give this a 3.5 because I'm not used to this show. Because let's be honest, this show totally deserved a 4 stars. And I know that most of my friends were like, yo, Death Note is like the best anime ever and blah blah blah, so that like it's their top one. But yeah, honestly, I will put a 4 stars because I will give you my reasons. 4 stars because first of all, I think that after Elle died, honestly, I kind of lost interest in the show. And I try my best not to, but I think like the story after Elle's death, like it was weird, and there was some part even before Elle died, like the part where it was like a company that owned the Death Note, like with Rem and everything. I was like, what the heck? And then you got Misa that lost her memories again, and I was like, are you kidding me? And then there's like Mikami that just come out of nowhere, and I was like, who's that dude? Like, there was part of the anime, of this anime, that I was like, why? But I was like, overall, most of the episodes, like, I really enjoyed it. Like, honestly, guys, the 2 last episode was epic. It was epic. And I think I almost loved like all the episodes before Elle died. Yeah, there were some episodes with the company that I was like, what? But yeah, overall, that's why I will put a 4 stars, because I just think that there was some part of the anime that I didn't really like, some episodes I mean, but most of them I really enjoyed them, so that's why I'm putting a 4 stars. And then I was like, I have to, you know, make a selection of like my three favorite moments. And honestly, there are the moments that popped up like first in my head. So that's why I decided to choose them. Like I didn't analyze like every episode, like just the moments that pop up first were the one that I put on my list. So yeah, honestly guys, I will try my best to like put a lot of image, do a lot of editing, do some, you know, funny zooms and everything. So that way it will be a bit less boring for you to watch. I really hope it will. But yeah, so best moment. So number 3, so in the third position, I think it was like in episode 2. I will try to put like maybe a video or like a picture, I don't know. But when Elle, it was in episode 2. When Elle, it was like at the end. If I remember correctly, it was like at the end of the episode. But like it was when Elle was talking like through the television, and he said to Akira, which was obviously Light, he told him like, I am justice. Like, you are wrong and I am justice. I remember the chills that I had, and I remember the comments that some of you were like, yo, I couldn't wait for your reaction to that part of this anime. But like it was the first time that we could like really not see, but like Elle and Light having like their first confrontation, kind of, even if they weren't talking together. Like when Elle said that, like, I am justice, I was like, oh my god, that was so flipping great. Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, I was so happy to like have watched 2 episodes in my first reaction of Death Note, because this ending was something else. And I remember I was so hyped to see like the rest of this anime. So this was like my third favorite moment. My second favorite moment. Like those moments, guys, were the one I was like the most like freaking out, okay? And in the second position, okay, I've put I can't believe I will say that. I've put you know, I was talking about how I didn't really like the arc where it was like the company that was owning the Death Note of Rem. But I'm not gonna lie, when everyone from the squad of Elle could see Rem and they touched, like when Yagami touched the notebook and he saw Rem for the first time, and we could just hearing him scream. That was beautiful. And I remember how hard I laughed at this part, because everyone was like touching the notebook and they were seeing Rem and just everyone was like screaming. And it's kind of the part where Elle touched the notebook and he could see the Shinigami for like the first time. Like he could see a death god for the first time. That was iconic. And obviously it's when Kira got back his memories and everything. So it's kind of like really a good moment. Like when everyone could see Rem. Oh my god, that was amazing. And then to finish this best moment phase of this video, my top one, which still is blowing my mind every time I am thinking about it. It was when Light went to university and we could see Elle sitting just beside him, and I was like, are you kidding me? And then Elle started to talk to Light and blah blah blah, and out of nowhere Elle just told like, by the way, I am Elle. Ah! Guys, I was freaking out. I remember that part got me. Like I was I think definitely this was like my favorite part of like this this anime. Oh my god, I was searching for my word. But yeah, definitely this part got me hyped so much because I was like, oh my god. Like, what Elle was thinking about by saying this? And I was like, oh my god, what Light will say? Like, will Light believe him? Like, at this point, I was like questioning myself so much. And I think that's why I love this moment so much. And it was kind of really early in the series, so I was like, oh my god, but what will happen from this point on? Because he just revealed himself. So yeah, that moment was so great. So yeah, that was definitely my top one, and I will say a special mention to one of the moments that happened in the last episode, and it was when Anne told, well, Nier told Kira that obviously he alone and Mello alone wasn't smarter than Elle, but together they were much more smarter than him, and that's how they beat Kira. And I was like, oh my god. And I just love the fact that everyone on their own can't say that they were smarter than Elle, because Elle was flippin' smart. But the fact that Nier was like, on my own, I wasn't smarter than him, but with Mello, we were smarter than, we were like two freaking smart people. Together, they were smarter than him, and that's why they beat Kira. I was like, oh, yes, hell yes. That was a good moment. Like, that was a good moment, and that was very good. Like, very nice to put this, like, in the end of, like, the anime. It was just to have a special mention to Elle. So, yeah. That is, guys, my top 3 favorite moments. You can tell me in the comment section what is yours. Like, what is your favorite moment in Death Note? And like I said, those moments are, like, the one that, like, come up to my mind at first. Like, of course, maybe I forgot probably some important moment, but those ones are the first that pop up and mark me. Like, so yeah. And right now, guys, we are in let's say the worst moment. The worst moment. I was like, what? How could I like say it? Worst moment, saddest moment. Like, it will be a mix of both. Okay, like the worst moment, the saddest moment. So most of the moments would be probably death. I think it's death. Yeah. Okay. So in number 3, in the 3rd position, and I know some of you will be like, why did you put him 3rd? Okay, I will tell you. I put 3rd like Ray. It was Ray's death, like Ray Palmer, I think his name was, like the first FBI agent that Light killed. I was so mad. Do you remember my reaction? I was so flippin' mad. I was so mad. I don't know if it was because it was like one of the first person that Light killed that wasn't a bad person, but I was so mad. And honestly, in my 3rd position, I wasn't sure if I would put like Yagami's death or Ray's death, but honestly, Ray's death just touched me way more. I don't know if it's because it was like in the first episodes, like in the first set of episodes, and Yagami, I could see in advance that at some point he would die. Of course, I was kind of sad that we lost his character, but I wasn't as touched emotionally as I was with Ray's death. So that's why I put Ray Palmer's death in the 3rd position. And just the fact that he died and he could clearly see Light. He could see that Light was Kira, and he was the regret he must have all along, like knowing that Light was Kira. I remember how mad I was, so that's why I put this in the 3rd position. Like, the one I would put there is like the moments that I felt the most emotion, like the more emotion. Guys, I'm French, okay? That's why I may sound weird. That's why I may not use the good verb terms or whatever. I'm doing my best, okay? So yeah, but in the second position, I've put, and that, guys, you would be so freaking surprised, but I will explain myself like usual. I've put Eldeath in second position. I know you must be like, why second? Why not the first? And okay, I will explain. Because you guys know how much how much I loved Elle. Elle was my favorite characters. I was Team Elle, like, no shame. I loved Elle so much. I loved his character so much. And even when he died, I was like, it can't be possible. No, like, you don't understand. He can't die. He can't die. There's like 10 episodes left. He can't die. Like, I couldn't just... I was like, no, he can't die. That must be a part of his plan. And I couldn't accept the fact that he died. And I just remember how I wasn't sad. I was furious. Like, I was pissed. I was so mad at Light. Because I think, if I remember correctly, in this episode, like, we could see kind of a bit of Elle like flashbacks. And he was talking kind of a lot with Light. Do you remember when he was on the rooftop and it was like raining and both, like, I almost shipped like Light and Elle together. Like, it was almost cute. And then you got Elle that died. And Light was smiling. Oh, I would have slapped that bitch. I hated that part. I hated it so much. It just took away all the sadness that I had of Elle dying. I was mad. And I know that there's someone from like my Patreon and my Discord that was, when Elle died, I ditched this anime for like 5 years, and I was like, oh my god. Just how wrong that move was. Like, to kill Elle. So I'm like not surprised that I was this pissed about Elle death. But yeah, definitely I hated it. And my top one, guys. And the other part of you that watched my reaction would be like, you put that number one? Yes, I did. And the reason why is, you will know. But the number one worst / saddest death was Light. Yes. Oh my god, what did I say? Yes, Light death. And the reason why is that during all this anime, I never felt any sadness. Like, I never really sad at a point where I wanted to cry or tear up. But when Light died, or like the few moments before he died, it's just the way that the anime like went on. Like, he was kind of he was kind of running away. He was injured. I think, like, all the flashbacks that he had, I was like, is that regrets? Like, did he regrets everything? Like, he was on his own. At the end, he was all alone, and he deserved to die alone, no kidding. But the way that the people that created this anime, like, put the song in, like, the end, everyone running after him, just Ryuk, like, on the it was sad. I felt bad. Like, I think I said it at the end of my reaction. I was like, yo, it's almost sad. Like, it was sad. I really felt sadness for the first time in this anime. And I felt sad for freaking Light, the character that I hated from, like, episode 1 or 2. Like, and just the fact that he had flashbacks about before he took the Death Note. Like, everything could have turned so much different if he would have never touched that Death Note. His father would probably be alive. his sister wouldn't be like traumatized like that. Elle, well, we could have probably never see Elle, so that's not such a good point. But you know, everything would have changed. Like everything would have been so different. And I wonder if at the end he was like thinking about it and like, you know, just telling himself how everything could have turned out, because everything that he did in the end, and that's like my personal opinion, but everything that he did, every people that he killed, every like situation that he was able to get out of, everything, he's done everything for nothing, because no one will be able to continue his dream. He won't be the god he wanted to be from like episode 1. He didn't have anyone at the end. Like Misa, that's something I said in my conclusion of my Death Note reaction, episode 37. Did Misa made suicide? Like, did she jump off that roof? Because Misa was like the only person that really cared about Light, but Light was the only person that didn't care about her. So that was so painful, like no kidding. And I think he completely deserved the death he had, and I think he went away in a beautiful death. I think that was his best way of like dying, like being killed by Ryuk. I think it was the best death he could ever wished to have. So yeah, but yeah, that's why I put him like first, because it was really sadness. I felt really sad for him, even though all the mean things he did. Even so, I hate him so much. I just felt so bad for him. It was the first time that I wasn't furious. Like, I thought I would be happy about like dying. You know how much I hated him. But I was sad. It was the first character that I feel sad about seeing him like die like that. So yeah, that's why I put Light's Dead first position of the saddest, worst moment, my top 3. So yeah, that was it for the best moment and the worst moment. And let's jump into my favorite characters. Yes! Favorite characters. In the third position. Oh my god, I think I am way too energetic right now. Oh guys, I would try to like put so much editing and so much like, well, backgrounds music, but it's the same. It's always the same music. Ding ding ding. But yeah. So third position. It's Light. I can't believe I put Light there. I could, oh, you know what? I would put Light and Ryuk in third position. Like the two of them, just Light and Ryuk, okay? But the reason why I put Light, because I think the fact that I hated him so much just means of how well of a nicely built character that he was. Like, no kidding, Light was smart. He was so smart. And just every move that he made was like, he had a plan behind it. And just like the fact that when he lost his memory with Misa and everything, and he could plan everything in advance, that was almost like disturbing. But I just think his character was nicely built. I just like how he developed from like episode 1 to episode 37. Even so, he died at the end. I just think that the fact that I didn't like him just means how much of a good character he was, and that's why I put him like in the third position. And no kidding, sometimes I hate I hate saying that for like main characters or like my favorites, but sometimes it does, and now that's why I put Light in the third position. And for the second position, I'm not gonna lie, I was really hesitating between two. I was hesitating between Aizawa and Matsuda, but I think I would put Matsuda just because of the fact that from the first episodes he was one of the only police officer that really did what he did because of how he felt. It's so far away, but I remember him saying some stuff, and like, I remember Yagami was like, no, you know what? It's okay to think that way. It's human. Like, I think Matsuda was like the most human person, like the person that the character that you could like see yourself through. You know, he was always so funny. He wanted to prove himself. Like, he was such a nice character. I would have never thought. Like, he even had an episode in his name. It's just prove how much Matsuda was a nice character. I'm not gonna lie. At some point I really thought that Aizawa or Matsuda or just everyone from that squad would die, but they didn't. I was like, wait, what? So to know that Matsuda was the one in the end that shoot light, that surprises me so much. And the fact that Matsuda respected Light's father so much that he was even saying at the end, like, he was saying, you, all the shit you put your father through, it's insane. And I was like, oh, I think Matsuda is the one that felt the most like hurt in the end. I think he was the one that has been hurt the most, knowing that Light was Kira. So that is something else, no kidding. And yeah, that's it for second position. And number one, you guys. Obviously, you guys can guess it. Elle. Elle is my number one favorite character of this anime. Honestly, I don't know where to begin. I don't know what to say. Elle was just, even though we haven't seen him for like some episode at first, I don't remember when we see him, but I think it was after like episode 5 or whatever. Like, we couldn't see his character, and he was just so interesting. He was interesting. Like, we never saw him. We were just saying like Elle, and it was like, oh, that dude is nice. That dude is interesting. That dude is smart. And like, we didn't see him, and we already liked him. Well, I'm talking about me, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. But just how his character was made, like the first time we saw Elle, I remember it was so funny to see like everyone's faces from like the police squad that they had to like fight Kira. They were like, I remember my reaction was so funny. I almost put it like in my top, in my favorites moment, but yeah, just the way he was, and I kind of see myself in him, like in the way. Okay, I'm far from being a genius like him. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, but just the fact that he hated like sugar so much. Every time we would see him, he was like eating ice cream, he was eating donuts, he was eating cakes, he was putting freaking 100 like cube of sugar in his coffee, and that's exactly what I do in my life. So I was like, oh my god, like I really adore Elle, because most of the time like the genius people are like they are like Light. They are good looking, they are always well, like they have nice clothing. Like, I don't try to like stereotype the kind of like genius people, but like Elle was the first time I saw such a genius person, like always sitting so weird, holding his phone like that. I just adore him. And to be honest with you, I'm searching for a website where I could buy a figure of him, and I can't find it yet, but I will have a figure of Elle, that's for sure. So yeah, that was my favorite characters. So I think we are done. But there's something that I forgot to say, like in my, not my intro, but like why I give Death Note a 4 stars rating, which is, it's really good, guys. Like 4 stars is freaking good. Like Death Note is definitely in my top 10. I don't know where though. he's not 10, but Death Note is definitely in my top 10. That's for sure. But yeah, the reason why I give 4 stars to it's because I'm not gonna lie, I was really hyped about the fact that L will be replaced by Nier and Milo, like by 2 other people, since I was still grieving L. But I just didn't. I don't know. I lost interest. Like I lost interest when L died. I really tried to like still be so hyped about this anime and everything, but it's like Nier and Melo couldn't fill L places, and I just think it like they were great character. They were a great character, but I think they should have killed L maybe a bit later on that show, like almost at the end. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Nier and Melo, they were great character. I don't want to lie, but yeah, like I said, they couldn't fill like L's places. But yeah, I just feel it went wrong. It went wrong when L died, and I just think that I lost interest. I don't know how to say it, like, to be honest. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Like, I'm sure you guys loved the ending. I'm sure you loved like the 10 episodes after L died, and I liked it too, but I think it could have been so much better if L would have stayed there. I don't know if it's like my L fangirling side, but yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I give 4 stars. But yeah, like I said, Death Note is an amazing anime. I just remember all the people that were like, you never watched Death Note? I was like, no. So like Death Note was the anime that I had to watch, and on my time I will probably read the manga, and I will probably do another video like anime versus the manga, because a lot of people were saying that Light died differently in the manga, which is really interesting. Like, I can't wait to read the manga, because most of the time the manga is like better than the anime. I don't know if it's true for Death Note. I will discover it. I will probably do another episode of this kind of review series. I really hope you enjoyed this one, guys. I will try to like upgrade my review videos, because I really enjoy doing them. Like, I really enjoyed doing them. I really enjoyed seeing what was your favorite moment, what was your worst moment, which was your favorite characters. Is Death Note 5 stars for you? Is it 1 star? Like, I want to know what you thought of Death Note. Like, I just always loved, when I am at the end of an anime, I just love to see what you guys thought of it. So I hope you will find this video interesting to see what I thought of Death Note. I know we can't have all the same opinions about it. So yeah, I think that if you share your opinions and it's respectful, like, you can freaking adore this anime from episode 1 to episode 37, but like, don't be mean to other people that like didn't like that show as much as you did. I think it's fine to like say your opinion and everything, but you have to respect the other ones too, okay? But at least I didn't hate that show, so I shouldn't receive that much hate. But yeah, I can't wait to do my thumbnail and my title at this point. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this first episode of this series. Like I said, I really hope I will be able to do like nice editing stuff, so that way it will be like really nice for you to see. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for more anime content. And I will try my best to do another review type of video like next week maybe. We will see. We will see. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and we will see each other in my next video. Bye bye.